Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing what is your role here? What is your fingerprint? And to do this very special reading, we are going to be picking out 4 piles together. Oh, well, pile number 1 is already here, as well as pile number 2. Pile number 3, and thank you, pile number 4. Let's check to see what our 4 piles for today's reading are. So for pile number 1, we have teaching. For pile number 2, we have abundance. For pile number 3, we have honoring your energy. And for pile number 4, we have home. I feel like today's reading is going to be very deep, and so take a look at which one of these piles you're the most drawn to, and if you like to pick with crystals, give me a second to add these in. So for pile number 1, we have the citrine. This is how it looks like. For pile number 2, we have the rainbow or quartz. And this is how it looks like. For pile number 3, we have the opalite. This is how it looks like. There we go. For pile number 4, we have the clear quartz, and this is how it looks like. All right, so as I was saying, take a look at which one of these 4 piles or 4 crystals you're the most drawn to. And that's probably the pile for you here today. And as I always say, if you feel drawn to more than one pile or more than one crystal, know that there are definitely messages there for you that you're supposed to hear that will add on to what you already know. You will know it's your message when you hear it. And so trust your intuition, because it will always guide you to the right readings. Know that part of your magic is picking your pile. Your intuition is your magic. You are the magic, and so trust it. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times, and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, if you love the card picking process and the shuffling process, I've left this section specifically for you. And if you're interested, as I always say, in any of the decks that I use, I always list them down in the description box for you to know their names or to check them out if you want. And for this specific reason, as you can see, I will be using a lot of decks. I have some sort of strategy in mind that I want to use for this specific reading. I honor this reading. I feel that it's very important. And I want to make sure that I do it in the best way possible. And so I really thought thoroughly about what type of decks I want to use for this specific reading. And so I picked out the ones that I know I'm going to get a certain specific message that I need to make it as thorough as possible. And so I chose to diverse the decks that I have, to take different energies from each of the decks that I have for this reading. And so this is what I came up with. We will unbox the tarot, but when we take out our oracle cards first. Okay, so now let's shuffle with intention. Let's ask, what are the 4 piles here for, please? What is their role here? What will be their fingerprint? I see this one out, so I'm going to take this. And I also see this one. Let's shuffle again. What is their role here, please? Kindly help us with this reading. Thank you very much. Number 3. What are they here to do? What is their fingerprint? Thank you. What is their role here, please? Right. Okay. So now let's move on to our second deck. Our second oracle deck, right? And let's shuffle with intention again. What is their role here, please? What is their fingerprint? 1, and I feel this one, so that's 2. Oh, I feel this one, 3. Can we kindly know what is their role here and what will be their fingerprint, please? All right, 4. Wonderful. Let's take our last oracle deck for this reading and shuffle with intention again. What is their role, please? Thank you. What is their fingerprint? Thank you, and thank you. Okay, I believe we're now ready for our tarot decks. I'm going to bring them out and continue. All right, so we have 5 tarot decks here. We'll be taking 1 card out of each deck. So let's begin. What is your role here? And what will be your fingerprint? Can we kindly know, please? What will their role be here? I feel this one. Okay. Let's move on to our next deck. What is their role here, please? Thank you. I feel this one, I gotta take it. So 4th pile has 2 of these. Okay. Moving on to our next deck. What is their role here, please? What will be their fingerprint? There we go. Oh, well, one is gliding out. One is gliding out. Let me show you guys. I put it away and one is gliding. I guess I have to take it. I'll put it here actually, since I had to adjust this one. Okay. Now moving on to the next deck. What is your role here? See these 2 sticking out. So 1, 2. I feel this one as well. Gotta take it. 3, and I feel this one. 4. This looks like it's going to be a very interesting reading indeed. No doubt about it. I feel the energies of these piles very strongly. Very strong piles here today. Now, let's shuffle our last deck for this reading. ask with intention. What is their role here, please? Thank you. What is their fingerprint, please? Thank you. Oh, wonderful. So we have our piles prepared now. I believe it's time for us to put them in neatly. So that's pile number 1. There we go. Pile number 1 with citrine. Pile number 2 right. Pile number 2 is also ready with rainbow aura quartz. Pile number 3 number 3 is also ready with opalite. And pile number 4. With clear quartz. All right, so I believe our piles are ready for today's reading. I'm so excited about today's reading. I'll put my heart in it and my soul to make sure that I help you and deliver what I see with as much broadness and depth as possible for you. It was so lovely sharing your energy during this time. I thoroughly enjoyed with you. And like I always tell you, I feel your energies. I enjoy. Thank you for being here. You are one of my biggest blessings in this life. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. So you have chosen the beautiful citrine as well as the teaching card, and I'm noticing already a lot of 3s and 4s in your reading. From the timestamp, I noticed we started at 13:13, I believe, and we have 14 with which is teaching, and of course 13 and 13 they go down to 4s as well. A lot of 4s here. Okay, so that's what I'm noticing straight away. But first, let's take a look at your cards. So you have Midas, miser, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. Okay, so this is your card. Let's keep it here for now. You have camel. Quite interesting. Okay. And let's keep your crystal here. You have Jupiter and Taurus with status. This is looking pretty big. Okay. Gonna move this here so we have space. Now let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you have Strength. You have the Hanged Man. You have Knight of Wands. Four of Cups. And you have the Queen of Pentacles with flowering. I think we can take this card and put it over there. Yeah, we can do that. Giving space if we need more cards. Interesting combination. So what we clearly see in your reading, pile number 1, this grand idea here of you being the sort of person of go big or go home. You are definitely, with the Midas touch, this Four of Cups that I'm seeing here, actually all of your cards. You are not here to live a regular life like everyone else and go. You cannot bear that thought. I do see you as being a person who's very driven, very motivated to do something very big with your life. In fact, it's very clearly depicted here in your Four of Cups. You are not really okay with celebrating the regular achievements that everyone else sees as amazing. As you can see, you're here to do something big. Your soul is crying out for you to achieve something that is very successful from your point of view. I do see that you will be achieving a lot of wealth, a lot of status, obviously, and generational wealth that will carry on from one generation to the other. You know how they say it takes 6 or 7 generations for someone to be called having old money? This is what I'm seeing here with your family tree. You're creating a huge legacy first and foremost. We'll see what it's going to be about, but it entails you creating a large amount of wealth, achieving the unthinkable, and saving great wealth for many of your generations to come to enjoy and feel secure. Now that we've had an overview of what you will be achieving, we want to, of course, move on to knowing what this legacy is going to be about, how you'll be helping the world, what your fingerprint is. But first, let me tell you what I clearly see here is coming through in terms of your energy. We have with the Knight of Wands here, and this is coming very closely with the Midas touch as well. You do see a person here riding a flea. It's using the flea as a workhouse or a workforce. What is it called? A workhorse, yes. And them being the mastermind, it's saving its precious wings. As you can see, it's using the flea and saving its precious wings for when it needs it specifically. It's ready to go out there and conquer. And with this combination, I see that you are a person who's very blessed with so many skills. You're a very smart person. You are blessed with your motivation to do something big. You work very hard. You endure the rough and the tough situations. And you're going to do whatever it takes to reach what it is that you want. I see you being a very outspoken person. That's the only human part that we see in this beautiful description here. it just shows that you have the best of everything, making sure that you go out there and create. And whatever you touch, just like the Midas touch suggests, you will be turning into gold. You've already obviously done this over and over. And one of your superhero powers, pile number 1, is your ability to persevere, your ability to hold on when it's tough. You know, it's at that time, as the Hangman as well shows us, when things are rough, that we really know who an entrepreneur is, who will be making it big, and who may not at the moment be cut out for it. Because I do see a great ability to be patient, to persevere through the times where it seems like there's no hope, that nothing is happening. It's very easy during these times to give up, to feel like nothing is happening, to feel like one can just enjoy life and accept it as it is, and to just move on from these big dreams. And this is what makes you one of your unique points here. You never lose your focus, your attention, your motivation towards your goal. You know one thing. You know your goal, you know what you want to do, you know your dream, and you know nothing else. Nothing else makes sense to you. And so this is what gives you the power to be patient and to persevere even when it doesn't make sense. You're also very blessed with so many skills. And the reason you have that with the teaching here, it shows me that you are a forever student and a teacher. And as you know, when you're kind with the information that you have, when you teach people what you know, you tend to learn as you teach. You become even more knowledgeable and more skilled with what you have. Because when you're teaching others, you always see things from different perspectives. You see why, when you're really honest about teaching, you see why the person you're explaining to doesn't get it. And that makes you research, and it makes you think of different ways to explain it to them. And that really makes you explore things even more. And overall, you become an even more skilled person. You're not afraid to say, I don't know. You're not here to show off with your skills. You have bigger fish to fry. You are here to achieve something big. And so with that sort of open-mindedness, anything that helps you pursue your goals, you're not going to allow it to stand in your way. And so your ego, for example, you're not going to allow your ego to stand in your way and to act all knowledgeable when you don't know, because you would rather get this information, learn, to grow. You're very proud of being a student. You're very patient with taking your time to get to know something on a deeper sense. You're not a catch and run. You want to go in there, roll your sleeves, sit down, and keep asking why. Okay, this is done because this and this and this happens. Right. Why does this and this and this happen? Because some scientists suggest this, or because the program does that, or the equation is saying that, or because this herb does this. You name it. You're there to learn. And because of your curiosity and the patience that you have to take your time to collect this wealth of knowledge, you have today become and will be becoming a very skilled person, multi-skilled, and all of the things that you've collected along the way. I see from your specific Knight of Wands here is that you have been obviously into different fields in your life. Sometimes they're not matching or correlated. You might have maybe studied art and science and spirituality and health, you name it. Programming even, you have this vast pool of interests that gave you a lot of knowledge to use all of that in the future to do something very big. And you learning and teaching others and becoming an inspiration to others will just never stop with you, pile number 1. Your legacy, pile number 1. Your role here and your legacy is that you will forever be a walking example to people on how to better so many things in their lives. A great example to everyone, because your story it will be so big. I don't want to say exaggerated. It's not the word I'm looking for. It will flabbergast everyone. It's not exaggerated. It's a unique fairy tale story that will mesmerize everyone. And because you adapt and you change and you learn and your life constantly changes, you are always some sort of a messenger through your actions and through who you are as a person from the inside out. You're constantly leading by example and people learning from you and seeing what you're doing and how you're evolving, and them learning and growing from you. And so at the different stages of your life, you have people learning different things from you until you reach a certain stage where your story in itself is mesmerizing for everyone to hear. You're going to be doing something super big in your life. And throughout your journey, I do see that you will be going through difficulties, and you're not alone, pile number 1. This is nothing to be afraid of. The regular difficulties that really everyone goes through. Your type of difficulties will have to do with maybe sometimes you feeling like you have to do and make use of the resources that you have. Sometimes you will feel like you have to endure and keep being strong with the resources that you have, because sometimes these resources, if anything goes wrong, may not be able to carry you, but you will make sure constantly being alert that the resources that you have keep you safe and keep you moving forward towards your goal. You will never at any point, no matter how your situation shifts and how dark it may seem, that you will ever stop doing what you want to do. To try, it might not work. You're back up again and thinking of something else. It's never the end for you. And this will be one of the huge learning lessons to the people around you. Because once you turn it around and create gold and wealth and status, which, by the way, with the Midas touch, is going to happen all of a sudden for you. And I'm going to tell you why I see this clearly with this Hanged Man story. All of a sudden, one of the things that you're trying will shift your reality again into something that you cannot think of, the unthinkable. Some sort of wealth and big establishment, big empire, something like a tree that will withstand the test of time. You might be enjoying the seeds of it, because with the tree, this wealth will continue to grow for civilization, for generations to enjoy. Generation after generation will see it grow. Of course, that's why we've been seeing a lot of 4s from the very beginning of your reading. 4 is stability. You'll be creating a huge trunk of stability for yourself and for everyone else to come. You'll be seeing the beginning of that, and it's only going to be growing from that. From there, your story will be shared from one generation to the other. your strength will be talked about, and that's why you have the first card beginning your reading as strength. You have the citrine, which is all about power and strength, personal power and strength. You will pass on a legacy that will be talked about for generations to come, and for not just with your family, but with everyone around you, your community, maybe your country, dare I say, maybe the world. At the moment with the moon here, you do see that you're letting your dreams and your hopes light the way for you. Nothing is going to stop you, just like the flea, but we're going to take it in the good way, to make use of any opportunity that you see, that you land on. You're leaving nothing. You're making sure that you honor the opportunities that you get, that you have this eagle eye way of looking at the resources that you have, making sure that you make the most out of them. You have your eyes open to see how else you can make use of the resources and the people and the opportunities around you, not in a bad way whatsoever. You come across as a very wise, patient soul who wants to give and learn from others as well. So it's this mutual give and take that you have all over your reading for sure. Helping others rise with you, you have no problem with that. You're not coming across as the person who just wants to lead and make everyone else fall. No, you just don't want to accept the regular things that everyone accepts. Not that you don't want to, that you're not an accepting person. On the contrary, what I mean is you don't accept it as fact, and you want to go out, see what the world has to offer, and make sure that you make your dreams come true. Now, I did tell you that your reality is going to change in a split of a second with the Hanged Man here. Going from some sort of very sad situation, don't be afraid of that, we all have to go through it, into a blessed situation that cannot even be fathomed by anyone. So with the Sleeping Beauty here, it's an Italian folklore story where with the birth of the Sleeping Beauty, was it its birth? Yes, they were trying to have children for many years, and they were finally blessed with this beautiful girl here. And they've invited 7 fairies, I believe, and they forgot to invite the 8th, and the 8th fairy got very bitter, and so she put a curse on this beautiful child that one day she'll be touching the point of a spinning wheel, and she will have her finger pricked. And so the 7 fairies were trying to reverse this. They couldn't reverse the spell. What they could do was to make the girl sleep instead of dying when this happens. And so one day, after all the trials of the king and the queen to burn all the spinning wheels, the girl at some point in her life, after 16 years, I believe, touched a spinning wheel as she was walking through the castle, and there was a woman weaving some wool or something, and she did manage to get her finger pricked, and she went into sleeping mode. The whole castle, the fairies, the king and queen were so sad, and long story short, everyone went to sleep. And the curse was to be broken only when a charming prince found her and kissed her, was to be charmed by her. Long story short, like I said, after many, many hundreds of years, this prince finds her, kisses her, and the whole castle wakes up to celebrate this beautiful moment, and the spell is reversed, and she lives a beautiful, happy life after that. And so this is showing me that there will be a time with the moon appearing so many times in your reading. The moon, their cycles are not long, and so this won't be a long time in your life. But there will be a little bit of hardships that you will learn so many things from. It's kind of like the universe hibernation mode to give you the time to learn so many things that you would have otherwise not had time to learn. So it might look like it's not so nice because you're not achieving your dreams yet. It won't be bad either, because it'll be, if you look at it from the outside in retrospect, you will understand that it was a time for you to rest, rejuvenate, to sleep, to take the amount of time to learn whatever it is that you need to learn for your future with all the skills that you'll be equipped to have. It's kind of a pause, just like the Hangman suggests. Nothing bad, nothing critical, just a pause where you will make do with the resources that you have. You will make do with what you, with the opportunities that you have. They will make you live, survive. You will be happy. I do not see anything dramatic. You will be happy. It's just that you will be stable, but that you will have to tread through life carefully to keep that stability. And at some point, one of the things that you are trying out will boom, creating vast amounts of wealth that you will not be able to imagine, nor will the people around you imagine, nor will the coming generations imagine. And it will be your example of persevering through difficult times that others will not believe that you were able to learn all of these things despite these times. You see here, there are a lot of bees. You're working, you're on the go, no matter how tough it gets. During this pause, you will learn and collect a vast amount of wealth in terms of knowledge that will help you create something big. Once this moment is written to come, when you're ready for it. In a split of a second, pile number 1, your whole reality will change into something unthinkable, creating huge status for yourself and creating and making your dreams come true. And it is this process of who you are, how you've gone through that, how you've achieved this big legacy that will be a huge fingerprint to the world. I'm sure what you're creating in itself will be something huge for the world. Someone who's driven like that will create something big. But your perseverance and who you are as a person is one of your biggest roles in life. Teaching through example everyone around you, motivating everyone to become a better version of themselves, to become a superhero of themselves, so that they too can go onto their life missions, take example of your hard work, of letting their egos go and learning, of teaching, of giving, of persevering even when it seems like there's no hope, so that through that your legacy is to spread that type of motivation so that so many others can ride on their horses like knights and pursue their spiritual mission, creating vast amounts of ascension on the planet at the same time. Wow, pile number 1. Wow. I have so much respect for you, pile number 1. Thank you for being this wonderful person. And I wish you nothing but the best in your journey. Nothing but the best in achieving your dreams and helping others achieve them. It was such an honor doing this reading for you, pile number 1. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And don't forget to check out my productivity book. You might be interested in it. It's small and straight to the point, sorry. And so you won't procrastinate on reading it, but it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested, that might be something that you would love to read about, you'll find it down in the description box. And pile number 1, all the best of luck with this great legacy. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. So you have chosen the beautiful Aura Quartz, Rainbow Aura Quartz, as well as the card Abundance. Interesting. Let's take a look at what your role here is and what's going to be your fingerprint, pile number 2. Okay, so you have mediator. Let me adjust that. There we go. So, gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. That's how your card looks like. Interesting. Okay. Let's keep that here. You also have... Ooh, the hummingbird. Okay. So your throat chakra is definitely part of this. Go getting your nectar. Okay. You have the sun in Aries with assertion. Loving your energy, pile number 2. Loving your energy. Okay. Apologies, had to adjust the camera. Let's push these here. All right, let's now take a look at what your tarot cards have. So you have the Knight of Wands. Interesting. Okay. You have the 5 of Cups with clinging to the past. Your pile, you got 2 of these cards. You have the Knight of Cups. So 2 knights already. You have... Ooh, you have the Star. You have the Wheel of Fortune. And you have the 3 of Cups. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're seeing 3s here. One person negotiating or collaborating with 2 people. One person collaborating with 2 people. That's coming very strong in your reading. So what is your role here, pile number 2? What's your fingerprint? With the Knight of Cups and the Star centering your reading, I really do see there's no question that you have a big role towards the world where you will be helping the world in one area change something completely from the way it's being done. You will have a voice. It will ring clear to everyone's ear. Now, this mission of yours, pile number 2, will not be easy at all. You will be going through the rough and the tough to change things. You will be, in the beginning, really paying a lot to make this happen. But you will stand the test of time. You will make sure that you go through this while being confident, bold, strong, and heard. You will hear people telling you, Why are you making such a fuss or a buzz? Just like the hummingbird, you know how it buzzes when it comes next to your ear, Bzzz, you know? And so you're heard everywhere you go. In the beginning, people will keep telling you, why don't you focus on your life? Why are you creating these bad experiences for yourself? Why don't you just live a normal life or something? But you are a warrior at heart, a very strong person, having the sun in Aries. You're courageous, you're bold, you're strong, you're not afraid of saying what you think and doing something about it. And this voice, your actions will pay off. Pile number 2. In fact, not only will it pay off for the world, but you, pile number 2, will be seen as a star, as a hero to what you've done. Not that you're looking, not that this is what you want. I will show you your cards. You're such a wonderful person. You're truly doing this because you care. You have a great cause, or maybe a couple of causes that you're greatly passionate about. You just don't want to see the world this way. And you will be moving forward, trying to make this happen. Along the way, it's not going to be easy. It's a path that you will choose to take, and you will live some experiences that are quite hard. That's the path of the heroes, I believe. But you will be standing through it strong. You will not back out. You will not regret it. You will continue, just like the star here. Do you see she's in some barren land, and she continues to bring fresh water into this dead land, bit by bit every day, even though this figure here needs nourishment herself or himself. But this person chooses to bring fresh water into this barren land every day, just so that at some point this land is nourished, brings out the green, and this person is surrounded by the greenery that they wish they would see in their environment. So you're selfless, you're here with your bold voice. We saw a lot of throat chakra from the beginning, a lot of negotiation, a lot of speaking out the truth. And you're here, I believe, defending something that affects people. Maybe you're looking out for the less fortunate. Maybe you're looking out for the planet, literally here. Maybe you are looking out for some sort of spiritual mission. It's going to differ, of course. But one thing in common with everyone listening to this pile is that there is a strong mission. It's not easy to change, but you are adamant, my dear friend. You listening to this are a very adamant person, and you will do whatever it takes to bring righteousness, to do what's right. And use your voice, you have a lot of knights in your reading. Did you notice? Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups. You even have a knight here fighting a dragon. Your war is not easy. And the beautiful thing about what you're doing here is that, yes, it's not going to be easy, but you're not going to fall either. Let me show you what I'm seeing. So with this Knight of Cups, you do see that this is a knight that is not fighting with weapons, although this knight is very strong and willing to conquer with strong words, but they're not armed with anything. And you do see this beautiful Knight of Cups. They finally found the treasure, and they're here to present it to the kings and their queens. You do see that their armor has been broken down at the bottom, and so their legs turned into this eel tail, I believe, showing that they are capable of surviving in their environment and cope to make things happen, to reach their dreams. They were really armed with heavy copper, and so you could see that while they were bringing the treasure, it was a burden on them. And so it shows me that you will have to be defending yourself against the world, against everyone, really. You're changing something big, and that's why it's not easy. And while the armor will have protected you well, you're equipped with your knowledge, with your voice, with your strength. with your negotiation skills, with your power, this power that you exude, with your righteousness, with your good heart. You're empowered with so many things. You have great intentions. All of that, yes, it has helped you pursue your dreams to get this treasure. But at the same time, at some point in your life, it has burdened you, because you can see with this armor that it has a lot of weight. And as they were swimming to get this treasure, it probably took them down for a very long time at the bottom of the sea, not being able to go up. And through their journey and finding this amazing treasure of achievement, finding the treasure, finding something, a solution that will help the world, their beautiful their beautiful copper, what was once shiny and beautiful, has turned into this green patina, as you can see, showing experience, showing that someone has gone through a long time and a lot of different environments to get the treasure for everyone. And so your reading has hero and star written all over it. You're changing fate, literally, with your cause here, with the cause that you are very passionate about. You will have a lot of people who have hidden agendas, who will be fighting against you because they don't want this good change to happen for everyone. Fighting for their ulterior motives, for them personally or for their profession. It's not going to be easy, but you're not going to be afraid. This is why I'm so proud of you, pile number 2. I'm so incredibly proud of you. I mean, I wish I can have a friend like you. Gosh, you'd give so much power to everyone around you. So continue to be careful, to tread through it very carefully, but at the same time, continue to speak out and be powerful and bold and courageous as you are, with all these knights in your reading. You're very passionate about this cause, and you are here to leave a fingerprint of changing it completely before you leave. As a result of that, my dear pile number 2, the consequences of this karma for you is that you will be highly regarded as a hero, and there's a lot of abundance. And you do see in your abundance here that you will not only be getting financial wealth, but this is abundance in all different areas of your life. Abundance with your wealth, abundance in your health, abundance in your community and your social life, abundance in your peace of mind, as opposed to the rough times that you will be going through to make it happen. You will be greatly celebrated and admired, and people will follow your lead and the example and the solution that you are going to find. Because one of the amazing things about the hummingbird, pile number 2, is that they have found their nectar, and they know exactly where to go every day to get that nectar for themselves. And so people will follow your lead. They will understand how it's done in the right way. They will continue to do it in the right way moving forward. So this is why it's really showing me that you're presenting a solution here. And you will keep watering this idea or this cause, even when it seems like it's barren, no one's listening, no one is convinced, like it's not moving anywhere. You will continue to persevere and water it little by little, because one of my favorite quotes, pile number 2, is little by little, a little becomes a lot. And that's what you're working towards. A lot of patience, making sure that if just 2 people listen to you, that's amazing. That's why I have a lot of people here. It will start off as some people listening to your cause, and the more you talk about it, the more you move towards it, you'll be surprised that there are more and more people following you. Help protect your web the web of protection that you've created. Along the way, yes, there will be some, you do see a TV screen here of people talking. What is pile number 2 trying to do? They're trying to do this and try to taint your image. But you will be regarded as a hero. You will be loved, and you will have people who will stand there by you no matter what. They will believe in you. They will believe in the cause. And they're just there to serve with you. You have a lot of armor, of course, in your reading. But nonetheless, the legs are covered. Did you notice? And so this is not stopping you from moving forward. In fact, with the Wheel of Fortune, you have a lot of legs in the card. Sometimes you're swimming and sometimes you're walking. It's like you're adapting. You're making sure you're out there tackling dragons, you know? You're out there making sure it happens. Despite the noise, despite the rumors, your image is very clear. People really believe you. Most people listening to this noise know that it's trying to taint your image, know that the people behind these screens are really trying to protect their wealth, are trying to protect their motives. And most people, even if they're too afraid to stand by your side in the beginning, will see you as the right one. It's very clear, pile number 2. So consider it some sort of noise here. And this shows me that you'll have a lot of stagnant followers. I can't remember the word. Please help me out. When they're there, but they're not doing anything, you know? Silent followers. And although they may not in the beginning be announcing that they're with you, but they're not, there are so many dormant is what I'm looking for. Dormant followers that will not be reacting to the talk here. And so it won't have that much of a big effect, because a lot of people are betting on you in their hearts. They're wishing that you can actually do it so that they can come out and speak about it. And they're just letting you do your thing, hoping that you will succeed. And you will succeed, pile number 2. Your negotiation skills are unbelievable. We did see, remember, a lot of throat chakra in your reading from the beginning. You make buzzing sounds everywhere you go. In fact, the Wheel of Fortune, the very Wheel of Fortune in your reading that is discussing you changing things, changing the fate of how things are done. In fact, moving things is the story of Anansi, which is a very lovely story. It's in Akan mythology in Ghana, I believe. And so it's when I read the story, it was so interesting. So Anansi was a spider that's very mischief. There's a lot of stories about Anansi, but one of them is quite famous. One of the famous stories is that he found out that the Sky Father had in his possession a lot of stories, all of the world's stories locked up. And so Anansi was really intrigued and wanted to get these stories because he felt the world was boring. So he built up this net and he climbed to the Sky Father, negotiated with them into trying to get these stories. But the Sky Father, even though the Sky Father was really intrigued and impressed by how he's courageous, he climbed up all the ways, the only animal that did that, and negotiated, he still refused. And so with some negotiation back and forth, you know, Anansi is a great negotiator. The Sky Father agreed that he would give Anansi all of the world's stories if he would capture 4 creatures in the world. It was Onini the python, Osibo the leopard, and I believe Moboro hornets, and as well as invisible Momoshia. Momoshia is a creature that lives in the forest. And so Anansi tricked these 4 animals. Anansi first went into the python, tricked him into thinking that he didn't know its true length, brought a piece of wood to measure the python's length and tied the python up. And then you have with the leopard, made them fall into a pit that he dug and offered to bring his web so that he can climb out. And then he got really stuck in its web, in Anansi's web. And then with the hornets, I believe he faked some sort of thunder, what's it called, a rainstorm, and then ushered them in them thinking that they were being ushered into safety into this room, I believe, where he got them stuck. And then with the fourth, the Momoshia, he brought them a candy doll that he made out to be rude. And then when it was being rude to Momoshia, the animal slapped this doll and got its hands stuck. And so Anasia, at the end of the day, was able to capture all these animals, bring them to the Sky Father. The Sky Father was impressed and made Anansi the master of all stories. So this really shows us your path here, pile number 2. How your intelligence and your way to maneuver around your goal, how sometimes you'll be negotiating yourself out of it, how sometimes you'll be tricking the bad motives of the people trying to bring you down, so that you make them say something and then it sticks to them, showing their true colors, and so on and so forth, and you'll be using a lot of mind tricks, all for the greater good, to expose the lies and to save something important. And during all of this negotiation, you're not just talking here, you're actually working towards finding a solution. You'll find a way to do it, just like the hummingbird finds its nectar, and you will be able to present to the world a great way of doing things. Finally, with all this talking, it's going to work. I'm so impressed. What are you doing, pile number 2? What are you doing? And you will be able to present the solution, save the world, put these people in their place. It's going to be a thing of the past. And your silent followers will be all out calling you a star, thanking you for your courage, for your voice specifically, and for your mind for creating a solution into doing things differently. This, as I said from the very beginning of your reading, will create a lot of popularity. It's like your name will be written in the... you know how in the Hall of Fame, every famous person has a star with its name written on them, and it's there for centuries for people to see. That's what I'm seeing here. Your name will be known for centuries to come because of how patiently you've watered grounds that were nearly dead, that were never supposed to sprout again. You believing that they will, persevering, insisting to do something, to rectify it, to change it, to reverse the situation. And with that, you'll be helping so many people, perhaps even the planet as well. Pile number 2. It's like you will work towards it. You're not just going to find it, you'll be working towards it because you've chosen the rainbow aura quartz. And the way the rainbow aura quartz is done is through an ancient alchemical powerful process. So it's a very smart process. It involves alchemy. There's a lot of thought involved in this. And the way that this is done is that they superheat the quartz in a vacuumed chamber, and then they spray vaporized silver onto the quartz. Isn't this super interesting, right? And so it's like you're going out and beyond, thinking very hard, almost like a scientist with all this alchemy. of how you can effectively find a solution to this, to reverse what's wrong. So you're a great negotiator, some sort of scientist or a researcher, and you'll be speaking boldly over and over and over, finding solutions, finding tricks to trap the people lying with the wrong motives. It's not easy to negotiate with you. In fact, with the negotiation here, you do see two people giving you their back. It's like they're negotiating, but they're afraid of you. You're very bold. You're the one looking at the screen towards us. You know you're saying the truth. You're not afraid to buzz and make sound, loud noises. You'll fight whoever it takes. You'll trick them with humor. What a character you are, pile number 2. Please let me know more about you down in the comment section. Super interesting. Along with all of that, you have science involved. Pile number 2. I am so impressed. And kudos to the people who will be standing there by you from the very beginning. Such courageous people too. And pile number 2, wow, it was 606. As we said that. You are a real hero, is what I want to say. A real hero. And thank God you're here. So pile number 2, that was your reading. All the best of luck with your mission. I know I said it before, I gotta say it. I'm so impressed. All the best of luck with that. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. You might be interested in it. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in that, you'll find a link down in the description box. People have loved this book. I hope you enjoy it too. And pile number 2, I will catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. So you have chosen the beautiful Opalite, as well as honoring your energy. So now let's take a look at what is your role, pile number 3. What will be your fingerprint? Okay, so first we'll be taking a look at your oracle cards. You have warrior. How interesting. Let me adjust that. Here we go. Strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Wow, that's a strong pile here. Especially with the Opalite appearing, honoring your energy. Yes, I see a lot of strength here. Okay, let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You have, the Swan. Interesting. Okay. Let's take a look at your other oracle card. You have Saturn in Scorpio with inheritance. You do see a strong line here in a maze. Okay. You have, let me put this the other way around because yeah, that's how I want to open them. You have, Temperance. You have the Page of Pentacles. You have Justice. Interesting combination of cards. You have the Lovers. And you have the King of Pentacles. So what is your role here? Pile number 3. What is your role here? With Warrior and the Swan in conjunction with honoring your energy, I see elegant power. So a lot of you could be spokesperson, and since we're looking at spokesperson, pile number 2, by the way, had a part of their mission as being spokesperson, and so if you were naturally drawn to pile number 2, I would highly advise you to check it out. There might be a strong message for you there. But other than that, I see speaking, a spokesperson that is there's elegance in your speaking. So some of you could be lawyers, some of you could be a diplomat, or in general, a great speaker. Someone a spiritual teacher as well. Someone who is very elegant and eloquent in the way they speak. Backed with strong knowledge. And power. But power that is quite loving. You're not there to attack. You're there to inspire. Because we do have with the swan, it reminds me of the Hindu goddess Saraswati, who rides on the back of the swan, and she takes us with her into the realm of fluid writing, poetry, reflecting, creating. So there's a lot of creative energy as well in this reading. And so you inspire others with your words, with your loving energy, with your well-balanced out thought and fairness, with your power, with your courage. Honoring your energy, so there's not shouting, there's no anger, there's no fighting. There is inspiration. The conclusion here is that we have inspiration, and your role here, pile number 3, is to bring balance in an area that is unjust. An area that is supposed to prosper, but there's a lot of maze and secrecy to it. This area is highly protected at the moment. It's like no one is allowed to talk about the topic, perhaps. There's a lot of misinformation surrounding this topic. And you're out there speaking about it with love. Finding your way through it. Pile number 3. Conquering some taboo topic with love. Bringing justice to this area. I wonder why there's so much secrecy here to this topic. With the King of Pentacles, perhaps a rich community is protecting it. Maybe they're getting a lot of financial profit from it. Also, Saturn is not an easy planet. It brings challenges for us to learn so many things from. And so this shows me that this maze that you're tackling here is a man-made maze, because this is your crystal, my dear pile number 3. The opalite is actually a man-made crystal. It's made of spheres of silicon dioxide, 1 silica and 2 oxides formed together. And so, yes, it is natural at the end of the day, because the quartz is made of silica dioxide, but it's man-made. And so it appears on the outside as a problem that was that is naturally created, or energy that is naturally created, but it's man-made. So you're saving something here through love, through softness, little by little untangling and reaching a core with the lion here. The lion always reminds me of the sun, of illumination, hidden illumination, hidden information. Oh my goodness. Pile number 3. You're finding hidden information. How are you going to do that? Wow. With love, obviously. You have the keys. Oh. No doubt it's centering your reading, pile number 3. So we're seeing here that you will be spending your life finding the just or the right information, educating yourself, listening to different point of views, finding what secret you, just like the judge here, you will be your own judge of what is right and what is wrong. You do see right under the judge some creatures try to come in and out, hide, bringing bad intention to the judge. But you do see the judge is very honest and brings out its claws and holds these, I believe, rotten fish here. This rotten fish. And so you see that this judge is so just, is not letting their intentions spoil the truth, is not letting their minds and their opinions spoil the truth. They're not letting bribery or status spoil the truth. They're not letting, as you can see, anything get in their way of finding the right information, even if it's going to cause them their job, their popularity, the people's admiration, whatever it is. They're going after the truth. What they're interested in their heart is finding the truth. Do you see how this judge has their eyes open, looking at us, not afraid, searching for something, piercing into other people's eyes and into the truth, cracking the lies and finding the truth. You do see the moon at the very far end of the card here, showing that they're not letting their emotions affect the process of figuring out what's right, weighing out the truth, weighing out the information, trying to find out the secret here that a group is hiding. And the keys, as we said from the very beginning, you do see, as you speak your truth with love, trying to find balance, you're not out there trying to break these people in specific. You don't want to get into games. You don't want to get into political, perhaps parties or whatever this involves. You're just there to educate. That's who you are. You're not there to fight, to be a leader, to take people on your horse and run. No. You want to calmly find the truth, find the secret, and illuminate people with the secret. And the more you speak and bring balance into people's lives, allowing them to find love once again, to find hope, to heal perhaps, you'll be trusted. And you do see that the town here has left its keys with this honest judge, left their keys with them. You see everything's closed and they've given them, this judge, the keys to everything, showing this, a symbol showing that everyone trusts this judge. They've let their guards down to this judge, knowing that this person is after the right information, after the right thing, has people at heart, or the truth at heart, just wants to help out and bring the truth. and you see this person, this judge, holding two swords, making sure that they're equal. You know, you see accuracy, you see weighing things properly, thinking about things very well, catching what could be wrong, to make sure that things are brought back to balance, and not just serving a few, leaving everyone else in trouble, bringing balance to everyone, giving back what's right. Your heart is full of love, and while you tread into the world with so much care and meticulousness, almost sometimes feeling like you're, I don't want to say a robot, but you're very careful with what you read. It's not about, you can sometimes be harsh because you don't want to save one person. Instead of, do we say au lieu of? Yeah? Au lieu of, I hope I'm saying this right, of a whole group of people. You want to make sure that you do the right thing, and so you won't let your heart get in the way of doing the right thing. Pile number 3. And so you are here to be a great, brave, you have heroism again. That's why I'm telling you, you might want to check pile number 2 if you feel called to it. There is heroism in your story. Self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. You see, you're making sure you do the right thing. You're not letting ego stand in your way. You can even sometimes stand in your own way to make sure that the truth comes out. It's not about you. It's about saving humanity, I believe. Because we have 2 lovers here. I think it's humanity. You're bringing out a secret. Pile number 3. What is this secret? You have the key to open up a door that has been closed for a very long time. What are you doing? Pile number 3. And what is the information that you'll be finding throughout your life is a mystery. It's locked even on me. I don't know. See, it's locked. I think you will figure it out. You will find some sort of secret here in your lifetime. Your role, as you explore and learn and get the knowledge, you will find key things to this secret. I think you're the only pile here that I need to get out another tarot cards. I feel worried about you here. I want to make sure you'll be okay. Hold on. Wow, and it's 22:33 as we said that. 1, 2, 3. Wow. 1 hour 22:33. 1, 2, 3. It shows that the answer is here. It shows that you will be taking things step by step, slowly, lovingly, and calmly. You will not be creating war. You will be speaking with love and truth, and that's why it won't be easy to catch you, because remember when we said with Saraswati, into her fluid world of writing, and so with fluidness, it's easy to hold and catch. Easy to hold. It's not easy to hold and catch. It's like very hard to catch, because with your words, it's really not defined. No one can hold you. It's like you're vague and specific at the same time. And through your vagueness but specificness, people will be illuminated. Oh my goodness. Pile number 3. What is this? Wow. I'm so honored to know you, pile number 3. I wonder, do you already know what we're talking about here? Are you internally smiling, or are you still intrigued just as I am? And if you're smiling, I won't, of course, tell you to share your secret. Let it go. 1, 2, 3. If you can't share something, if it's the time for it, please share it. I would love to know. With 8, you have strength as well. Which is funny that I just noticed, because the 8th house is all about karmic connections, secrets, and you're bringing these secrets into the light. Oh my God, your cards couldn't be speaking to each other in a more mystical way, really. Pile number 3. You have the Page of Pentacles here with the story of Bivi Neda in Swedish mythology, where during the winter, as you know, up in the north, the winter is very long and dark. And so during this time, when it's dark, people wait for the summer. As the story goes, and of course it's the truth. I mean, I grew up in Norway. I know how this feels like. During the winter, it's tough. It affects your mental health, you know. You don't see the sun and you feel sad. And so, long story short here, the sun is called Bevi, and this is the sun goddess, and she has a daughter called Bevi Nida. And so when the sun comes, it comes on a sleigh of antler horns, and as the sun melts after a long winter, the whole of the earth blooms and everyone is happy. Now, it is said that the Bevi Neda, which is the daughter of the sun goddess, there was this one time that she came down into the earth, and you know, it's the sun's daughter, so she's illuminated and has so much knowledge and taught people so many things about food and cooking and embroidery and plants and you name it. And people for a very long time, they appreciated Bevi Neda and was so happy that she's around and learned so much from her. But there came a corrupted time where people started comparing themselves to Devi Neda and feeling jealous of the vast knowledge that she has, and they tried to crush her because of that. And so they crushed her under a giant rock, and so she made her return back to the sky, to her mother, and it's said that since then she never came back again. So there's secret knowledge here, hidden, never came back to humanity again, being kept. You know what this is reminding me of? Gosh, this reading is reminding me of the Presca Theologia, you know? How at some point there was this one unified religion that came straight from the universe or God. This is what the Presca Theologia is suggesting. And this is what a lot of esoteric seekers try to find, the Presca Theologia. So you're either looking for that, or not necessarily the Presca Theologia, but you're looking for hidden knowledge, my dear pile number 3. Hidden knowledge that is kept only with a few. And you're bringing it out again into the world after a cold winter. And I'm seeing mental health. Maybe you're helping humanity with their health or their mental health. Something is being hidden that is supposed to make them bloom and happy. Bringing out balance again, taking out the confusion. And you're doing it little by little. And with the more people are giving you trust, the more you're doing it step by step. Remember 1, 2, 3. One step at a time, you're gaining not only knowledge, but you're making your point little by little where it's not threatening. And as you grow, you're growing people who are supporting you. And that is protecting you. Taking it little by little. You're not there to do it with war. You're doing it with love. You're not there to bring anyone down or anything down. You're just slowly but surely saving people and creating awareness. And then the summer comes in and the butter melts. The sun butter melts. And so the word is spread. Everyone now knows about it. It's not just you in specific anymore. The knowledge is out there. My goodness, pile number 3. You know, I suddenly have a headache. Isn't this weird? I suddenly have a headache. And so this is making me, 2 heads, headache. What is that saying? Oh, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. So this could mean that there's confusion. Headache could also mean confusion. There's confusion, not knowing how to end a certain pain. And you bringing clarity, peace of mind to people. And so the war is intellectual here. You winning and becoming a hero with little by little, bringing the summer back again, the Bevinida back again to the world. Pile number 3. Wow. I am so impressed. And I wish you all the best of luck, my dear pile number 3, with this big responsibility, with this wonderful journey, with your curiosity and you being adamant about finding the truth. May you always be blessed, pile number 3. I am immensely impressed with your journey. May you always be blessed and find the truth. And pile number 3, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. You might be interested in it because it's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying it. A lot of people have enjoyed it. If you want to check it out and see the reviews for yourself, maybe you'll be interested in it. You'll find a link to this book down in the description box. And pile number 3, it was such a pleasure doing your reading. I have so much respect for you. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. So you have chosen the beautiful clear quartz. And I've just noticed something that is blowing my mind. You have chosen home with the number 44. And your reading is starting at 3131, which is 44. This looks like it's going to be a very unique reading. Pile number 4. No. Okay. Now the synchronicities are already uncanny. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards and find out exactly what your role here is and what your fingerprint is or will be. It looks like it's something very unique. Right, straight away. There's strong messages here, strong synchronicities. A strong message needs to come out in this pile. So you have Messiah. My goodness. Do you see why I keep saying there's something up with pile number 4? If you've been here on this channel long enough, you've been picking pile number 4s, you know what I'm talking about, right? So you have the Messiah serving humanity with humility. Wow. In fact, now I'm taking a look at Messiah and home. It's like you're leading people back home, back to the universe, back to the truth, back to source, leading the way for ascension. You're here to help great masses ascend back home or ascend maybe to the truth. Wow. Pile number 4. What is there? What's going on? I don't know. Oh, did you see that? What's going on here? What does that mean? See? I was adjusting and it stuck to my hand. But to be honest, it did not feel pleasant. I felt like I was being attacked. Of course, symbology, not for real. So if we were to translate what happened, because I do not take what happens during the reading ever lightly. It seems like there are dormant enemies who will try to attack you whenever it's possible. But it's like pathetic attacks that won't harm, helpless attacks, just to scare, but can't really do anything. Okay, we'll discover more. This reading has been magical from the very beginning. It's really blowing my mind. All right, so you have... wow. You have the dragon, which is already in this deck categorized as a spiritual animal. So I can already see there's you hold a very strong mission in your hands. With the eyes, you have your third chakra active. You're here with a mission. It's like you're connecting straight with source here. You're downloading information. You're wise by nature. The all-seeing here is like you're able to see the truth somehow as you connect spiritually. And at the same time, you're a very strong being who's capable of taking on such a big role. A mystical being. So there's a lot of magic to you. There's a lot of mysticism to you. Mystery. You have a lot of, I don't want to say magical skills. I want to say is magical gifts. I want to say spiritual gifts. Spiritual powers. You're able to see what others aren't seeing. Maybe you're clairvoyant. You can see through people. You're able to quickly analyze and see the truth. And you'll be able, with this seeing powers, to guide people back home. You have a maze here. Again, there's the maze. You might want to check pile number 3. If you came from pile number 3, you know what I'm talking about. So you have a maze here. You're helping people illuminate people's path from lies and people being lost, or their path being lost, or those who are lost. You're helping those find a clear pathway home. In the dark. In the dark, you are the illumination. Pile number 4. My goodness. Ooh, and my eyes just caught the sun right here. Illumination. The symbolism and the hidden messages, you know, in your reading is just uncanny. It's blowing my mind. Even with clear quartz, you're clear, you're honest, you have pure intentions. But you're powerful. Because the clear quartz, whatever you put whatever intention that you put into the clear quartz, it brings it out with a lot of power. And so whatever intention you have, you'll be able to pursue it with great strength and great power. You're assisted in this pile greatly by the divine, by your spirit guides, by the universe, by source in your journey here of bringing out truth, letting people see what they cannot see. And with the shadow aspect, we see exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. So what I'm seeing here is this is what you're illuminating against. Illuminating from, shedding light that no one in specific is ever the solution to everything, or no organization, but the truth. You know what? I just remembered something super interesting that I've read recently. I've read, and it's so funny that I remembered it in this pile, something that made me close the book and think for a while, that if you want to find the truth, don't follow the path of light, because the path of light can sometimes be charged with ego. But follow the path of the devil and see where its shadow is, because only through the shadow what the devil is hiding, will you be able to really find the light? It just made me think, you know, this shadow aspect in our life is here for a reason. We're not meant to disregard it. And we have to be careful in our path to light as well, where we could be misled with ego. And so we have to, it's very delicate, this path to finding the truth, or the path to seeing, you know. It's not just about following what's in the light, I mean. The path of light means what's in the light, already out. Everyone's talking about, claiming that it's right. Sometimes you just have to also look at what is being hidden. This is why I'm really encouraging you to check pile number 3. You'll see what I mean. It's no coincidence that I remembered this quote as we are speaking. So anyways, as I see, you're helping here people go back to source, go back home, ascend spiritually, helping in large masses of ascension. Perhaps in the Aquarius age, you're helping people back home, finding stability with all the fours. Wow. The first card in the previous pile was temperance, balance, harmony. Again, this is the last time, I promise I'm going to say this, but if you're really called to pile number 3, I highly suggest it. Okay, so you have harmony here with the sun in Libra. That's the 7th house, which is the house of relationships, of course, but also exploring oneself. You see the sun here again, the sun, bringing illumination to create some sort of balance. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards. I'm going to put this the other way because I want this last card over there. It's big. I want the smaller cards. Oh, your pile got 2 of these cards, right? So let me put this here. And let's take a look at your tarot cards. So pile number 4, you have the Chariot. You have the 7 of Swords. You have the Page of Wands. You have the King of Cups. You have the 9 of Swords with Sorrow. Oh, 42, 42. 6, 6. Okay. And you have the Magician ending your reading. Sorry, I had to adjust the camera. So what I'm seeing here is that in your lifetime, pile number 4, you will be some leader of some sort, a spiritual leader perhaps, or a leader in some field that you're in, maybe. But you will be leading others, and you do see the King of Cups here standing on their island, toasting their people in this coastal kingdom. And you do see that they're looking at the liquid in their cup, which signifies them caring about other people's emotions. And so you do see this king as well, dressed in all these beautiful colors, showing that his soul is full of colors, full of positivity, full of life. And so you're taking care of people. You're helping them ascend from their worries, their heavy-heartedness. the darkness and helping them to find the truth, taking care of their emotions. With the Chariot here, it's not moving. If you see people that are supposed to move forward in our day and age are not moving because of sadness, sorrows coming up twice. This figure is holding their kid in such a caring way. They're afraid, they're scared. People are holding on to each other. They're not moving in a time that they're supposed to move. And so this is why we can clearly see there is an ascension in your life mission. You're helping people emotionally, finding out the truth. You see with the Magician here, there's a lot of studying. Again, there's information. The Magician here in specific, they're sitting down, reading, studying, bringing back the old, what has been buried, bringing it out. Helping people see back their ways. Like with this Chariot, it's lost its way. The path for this Chariot is, you can almost not see it anymore. It's not defined. It's not crystallized, this path. And you're crystallized. That's why you have the clear quartz, bringing clarity back to people, helping them see their way, because there's a lot of lies. Not only do you have the 7 of Swords, but you have the 7 with the Chariot, you have the 7, the 7th house. And while 7s mean a lot of things, you see it being highlighted with deception here. You see the Chariot not finding its way. You see the birds flocking in different directions where they're supposed to flock in one direction, travel in one direction in one season and then come back in another direction. It's like everything, people have lost their ways. And you're bringing light, you're bringing illumination in your lifetime. Your role is to put people back on track with certain knowledge that you have. Maybe you're with the book here, you might be a writer for some of you, but you're certainly a leader and you're heard. People can see your authenticity. They can see your humbleness. They see that you're genuinely serving because you care. During a time where everything is a lie. Oh my goodness, remember when we said if you want to find the light, look at the shadow of the devil? Do you see? Wow. And so in the shadow of the devil, the lies are exposed. At the shadow of the devil, the lies are exposed. You find the truth. And so you're illuminating people about the lies of so many things, putting them back on track with care and love. And through this process, you're helping people ascend. You're helping in the ascension process. My goodness, do you see how in this card, it's a little bit creepy. You see a skeleton, a dead skeleton goat. It's like there are so many things that were buried or were supposed to be buried, but you're finding out about it. This magician is almost in hermit mode, right? Illuminating themselves, learning about what has been hidden, what is lurking in the shadows, to find out the truth, to re-guide people back into their path. It's really blowing my mind. Remember when we said your mission has to do with ascension? You have the Messiah here, and then you have the page of wands with Mwendo, which is a Nyanga mythology. Long story short, this is quite a beautiful, beautiful story, but it's long. I don't want to take your reading. I just want to tell you the relevant part. So his father was the king, and he didn't want his 5 wives to have sons. He only wanted to have daughters, and one of them got Mwendo. Mwendo was hidden. Mwendo, by the way, was born with a fly swatter, a magical fly swatter, and other tools. And so when the king, the father, found out about him, he put him in a drum and threw him in the river. He went through many adventures looking for his aunt, and so long story short, he came back and he resurrected the whole village. And his father, he had to hide and run into the underworld. So we're seeing here the shadows and the underworld, as well as someone resurrecting. And so it's very clear, you're here, pile number 4, to bring truth, to bring clarity, to bring people's path back home, to heal people. So a lot of you could be healers. And your fingerprint is this large amount of ascension. And this is why you are depicted as a leader. Your words will affect, your words and your knowledge, it will have this magical effect with the magician here. See, born with a magical tool, the magician. Your words and your clarity will have a magic effect on opening people's third eye. Just like many flocks of birds traveling all at once, realizing the truth. Everyone resurrecting, flying, moving, ascending, and finally finding their path and moving into the right direction. Wow, pile number 4. What a pile. Along the way, as we've seen here with these dead flowers, you might be attacked here and there. You won't be afraid. You will not be afraid, pile number 4. You will be calm. You will have many people following you, following your word. They won't have a real effect on you, perhaps because of the many people following you, listening to you. And you're exposing so many things in the past. You see what this is reminding me of? I'll get back to the past in a second. But right when it was closing up on humanity, where they can't take it anymore and it's about to go in a irreversible way, you come and you save everyone, you're ascending everyone. By bringing old secrets back, there's illumination in your message, pile number 4. It's like you're here with a message, a strong message to help everyone, that is completely selfless, full of humility, just to serve humanity. Wow. Clarity has been, to bring clarity back home is what I'm hearing. You will have a lot of psychic powers, a lot of clairvoyance. The vision is very clear. Clairvoyance, connection with the universe, getting a lot of information. You'll be assisted in your path. You're almost an ethereal, magical being here, pile number 4. Bringing a strong message to the world. You do see there's octopus here in this king's attire, showing that you will be assisted with a lot of invisible hands that you may not know about, but they're there helping you with this ascension. And it's not you that will be caught. As the 7 of Swords here suggests, it is the wrongdoing that will be caught. My God, I cannot help see the resurrection here and the light. saying that you will be untouchable. Let's get more information about why you're so untouchable here. I'm so happy that you are. But I want to bring this clarity to you. Let me bring another deck here. Can we kindly find out how pile number 4 is going to be untouchable, please? And why are we seeing that? How is pile number 4 untouchable, please? Nine of Cups. King of Swords, control. Yeah, you're doing it in such an easy way. Do you see all the colors, the flamboyant colors? It's like you're having fun as you're doing that. There's nothing, yes, you care about people. It's the most important thing. But I see even windows depicted as laughing and having fun here. So there's a lot of fun actually in your mission. That's really good to know. And you have the King of Swords, highly protected. You see how this King of Swords cannot be touched. Completely protected. And this is really showing me that you are divinely protected. You will not be touched. Pile number 4. You have the Ace of Pentacles with maturity, which shows that one of the things that are really protecting you is the vast amount of knowledge that you're equipped with. The information that you're equipped with that will really help change people, change the masses. You see, you're shattering the glass, helping people see the real world, not through colored glasses or tainted glasses. Helping others blossom. It's a very strong message here. Wow. And you have the Wheel of Fortune ending this question, which shows that there's a prophecy here of you changing the world. Pile number 4. What a strong message. What a strong pile. I'm very happy that you are absolutely protected and that you will have fun as you do it in helping this resurrection process. During a time, this is reminding me the astrological change, the Aquarius, you know. Yes, you do see the symbols of astrology here. Yes, changing into the Aquarius angel, you're helping people. Your role is to help people resurrect with good knowledge and care and love. A real leader, pile number 4. So pile number 4, your reading was super magical. I have a lot of respect for it. I have a lot of respect for you. Thank you for being who you are. And it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. You might be interested in it. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying it. If you're interested in that, you'll find a link to this book down in the description box. And pile number 4, it was such a pleasure connecting with you. I feel lucky that I have connected with your pile in my lifetime. Very blessed. And pile number 4, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.